Greetings, students. Beta, yesterday, class 8, social science, we have started chapter 2 of geography. And yesterday, we have discussed about two stories of Mamba and Peter. We have discussed about the topography, that how the type of land, soil, it affects the life of people living in the area. Then we have discussed about land. Then what are the different factors that influence the uneven distribution of land over the different parts of the world? Then we have also discussed about uh, that the most of the people they live in plains due to leveled land and other facilities available in the plains. Then if we talk in comparison to the areas of desert, mountains and forests. Then after we have discussed about land use. Land use means how the land is used for different purposes. So land use pattern. Then that is also that land use pattern and the different determinants are there which are responsible for the land use pattern. In this also we have discussed about topography, soil, climate, minerals, availability of water, then after human factors like population, then technology, then property, then after we have discussed about conservation of land. So let us see this start from here. Conservation of land. Growing population and their ever-growing demands has led to a large-scale destruction of forest cover and arable land. Arable means the land which is fit for cultivation, and has created a fear of losing this natural resource. So, growing with the growing population, we need more area for construction of houses, for agriculture, for setting up of industries. So it leads to the destruction of forest cover, because forests are being cleared for setting up industry, for agricultural use, for construction of houses or other settlements. Then there is the land and cultivation is decreasing day by day. Therefore, the present rate of degradation of land must be checked. Afforestation, land reclamation, regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers, and checks on overgrazing are some of the common methods used to conserve land resources. So, how can we conserve our land resources? There are different ways, and one of these is afforestation. Afforestation means growing more and more trees. Like on social media, also, this is advertised that the people or the children they should plant a tree on their birthdays, and as you grow, the plant will also grow, and one day it will be a big tree and which generate oxygen for we all. So in this way, we are helping ourselves and the society as well. Then we have discussed in the previous class also that the industries, chemical industries dump chemicals like pesticides, insecticides, etc. on the open grounds or in the water bodies without treating. So this kind of chemical should be treated before releasing in the water bodies or dumping on the open grounds. And then overgrazing activities also lead to soil degradation, because it checks the uh, so it leads to land degradation. How? Because when there is no when grass on the surface, then the topsoil is washed away with the agents of weathering, So which are the agents of weathering? Wind, water, and ice. So in order to check such kind of land loss or soil loss, we should check the grazing activities. So we should keep in mind that there should not be any open patches of land. Hanji, I think this is clear. And then comes the soil. Soil, and we take soil and land as the same, but soil, that is the top and very thin covering of the surface of the earth, that is soil. Then landforms determine the type of soil. Soil is made up of organic matter, minerals, and weathered rocks found on the earth. This happens through the process of weathering. The right mix of minerals and organic matter make the soil fertile. So, first of all, what is weathering? It should be clear to everyone. Weathering is tearing and wearing away of rocks. In class 7, you might have read about that when the river, it is in the mountains or in the upper course, then it uh, erodes all the sand, silt, and pieces of rocks with it and deposit it in the low lying areas or in the plains. And thus it brings sand, silt, and other organic matters with it, and these are deposited in the plains, and this leads to the formation of soil cover. And we have discussed that it takes hundreds of years to form 1 centimeter of soil. Hanji, so weathering, see it is given here, the breaking up and decay of exposed rocks by temperature changes, frost action, plants, animals, and human activity. Hanji. Then after, this is landslide. In simple words, what is landslide? Landslide, that is displacement of uh, rocks or the mass, a big masses of rocks from their place. So, landslides are simply defined as the mass movement of rock, debris, or earth down a slope. So, I think this is understood. When rocks are displaced down a slope, that is called a landslide. They often take place in conjunction with earthquakes, floods, and volcanoes. So, why these landslides occur? These occur due to earthquakes, maybe flood activities, or maybe volcanic eruption. A prolonged spell of rainfall can cause heavy landslide that can block the flow of river for quite some time. In recent times in Uttarakhand we have experienced such kind of landslide. When there is rainfall for a longer period of time, it leads to landslides that can block the flow of a river for some time, and after that then there is a flood like situation, and the water washes away whatever comes on its way. The formation of river blocks can cause havoc to the settlements downstream on its bursting. Means when this blocked water starts flowing all together, it takes the shape of a flood and wash away the areas on the downstream. So, in the hilly terrain, landslides have been a major and widely spread natural disaster that often strike life and property and occupy a position of major concern. So, in better you all know about uh, the landslide or this flood-like situation which occurred recently in Uttarakhand, then there we have seen the dam and the bridges and the buildings. These have been washed away by water, by flowing water, like cards of paper. So everything was helpless in front of nature. So this kind of landslides leads to widespread loss of life and property in the areas. I think this is understood to everyone. If you have any question, any query, discuss with me in the class. Have a nice day.